At my father's 68th birthday party, he asked me in front of 50 guests, James, tell me, did that $200,000 I gave you cover your student debt? I'm writing this from my car right now because I literally can't process what just happened. My hands are still shaking. I've been living in my Honda Civic for 3 months, parking behind a 24-hour gym so I can shower. I almost didn't go to this party because showing up to family events when you're secretly homeless is humiliating. But it's my dad's 68th birthday, and my mom had been texting me all week saying how hurt he'd be if I didn't come. So I put on my one clean button-down from Goodwill, brushed my teeth with a water bottle, and drove to my Aunt Sherry's house. The party was packed. At least 50 people, maybe more. My aunts, uncles, neighbors, people from Dad's old accounting firm. There was catered food, a full bar, decorations everywhere. I was just trying to blend in and grab some free lunch without anyone asking about my life. My brother Grant was there with his wife Kelly and their 2 kids. They looked perfect as always. Grant works in finance. They've got this beautiful house in the suburbs with the manicured lawn, new Audi in the driveway. We've never been super close, but we're cordial at family stuff. Everything was normal for about 2 hours. I talked to cousins, avoided questions about my job situation, even managed to sneak some sandwiches into my jacket pockets for later. Then my dad stood up to give a speech. He thanked everyone for coming, made some jokes, told stories about getting older, standard birthday stuff. Then he looked directly at me and said, James, since you're here, tell everyone, did that $200,000 I gave you a few years ago cover your student debt? The entire backyard went quiet. Every single person turned to look at me. I felt my face get hot. I had no idea what he was talking about. I laughed nervously and said, Dad, I think you're confused. I'm still drowning in $180,000 of loans. They're destroying my credit. That's when I noticed my brother. Grant had gone completely white, like ghost white. His wife Kelly was staring at him with this look of pure panic. My dad's smile vanished. What do you mean? Grant called me 4 years ago. He said you were too embarrassed to ask yourself, but you desperately needed help with your loans. I wired the money that same day. My stomach dropped. I pulled out my phone right there in front of everyone and opened my banking app. My hands were shaking so bad I could barely type my password. I scrolled back through 4 years of statements. Nothing. Not a single deposit from my dad, ever. Show them your account, Grant, my Uncle Ron said loudly. He's a retired cop and he'd already figured it out. Grant tried to leave. Just straight up tried to walk out of the party. But my uncle blocked the door while my dad pulled out his phone and showed everyone the bank transfer. $200,000 wired to an account under my name. Account number, routing number, everything. That's when Kelly started crying. Not quiet tears, full sobbing. I told you this would catch up to us, she kept saying. I told you, Grant. I told you. Grant finally admitted it in front of everyone. He'd set up a fake bank account in my name at a completely different bank. When my dad asked for my account details, Grant gave him the fake one. The money went straight to Grant and Kelly. That's our house, Kelly sobbed. The down payment, the renovations, the kids' private school, all of it. He told me you'd gotten money from Grandma's estate instead. I swear I didn't know. My dad called the police immediately. His hands were shaking as he dialed. Grant just stood there while Kelly kept apologizing to me, to my parents, to everyone. The cops arrived about 20 minutes later. By then, my dad had pulled up all the documentation, the transfer receipts, everything. They arrested Grant right there in the backyard for wire fraud and identity theft. Put him in handcuffs in front of his kids. My dad hugged me so tight I thought he'd break my ribs. He kept saying, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, over and over. He said he'd get me that $200,000 with interest, whatever I needed. I'm still homeless, still broke, still living in my car. But my brother's in custody and my dad finally knows the truth. The absolute weirdest part, after the cops left with Grant, my mom brought out the birthday cake and we all sang happy birthday like nothing had happened. My aunt served slices to traumatized guests while my dad sat there in shock. I ate 2 pieces because I didn't know when I'd get cake again.